Hello, listeners. Hi, my name is Madhavi, and I'm so happy to have you on Upptalk. You have come to the right place if you want to learn about IT and do really cool things with your hands. We are not just another IT company when I say Upptalk. Think of us as your learning partner dedicated to helping you reach your full potential. We have top notch hands on courses to help you build your business, whether you're new to technology or want to move up in your current job. Let's look around this as our first step towards learning.
So first, let me take you through these items. Like these, this is a device, display. What about these? Like yesterday, we just had an overview on what is custom URL, what is custom URL profiles. Just a heads up, like this is just about controls. So how, when you use mobile, when you click on particular option, where it will take you, that's about this custom URL profile. What is Workforce Genie Profiles means Workforce Genies. We are first building the column sets, then making the column sets to be available under the Genies means whatever the columns that we are building under this, we'll map it to this or one of these under the actual detail. If you are building a control detail column set, we will map it to here. Then from here, how it is visible to us is we will map it to Workforce Genie Profiles. Yesterday, we were going through the genies. We created column sets. Then from column sets, we mapped it to this one. So we were able to see the summary changes like what columns we have added. But again, all these genies will not be available to all the managers or employees. Since we are super user, we have access to all the genies. So how we are restricting what genies should be available to which set of people is by mapping this to workforce genies profiles. So here we will create different profiles like manager, super access, payroll manager. Super access means we have access to all the people, like there are some items which are not selected, but usually it's all the items. So when we are assigned with super user access, we will be gaining all these access. But for like example, say manager, this particular manager profile, we are giving them only access to a handful of genes, not everything. So only these genies will be available to people who are assigned under this profile in the people tab. Again, in the people tab, if you have any questions where this is assigned under access profiles. Let me open it up some more. If you go here we will have an option called access profiles. We saw that in this one access profile, what genie should be available is based on the display profile. Now it's default, but we can choose if you want to choose a particular manager, only that will be available to that set of employees. You will be a little bit confused, like only display profile is showing up, but we are working on Genie. But what happens is again, it's like pay policies only. Genies again, we will map it to display profiles. Bottom to top of that, how we worked on payrolls. We will create overtime, and these things combination role to PCD to work rule, and work rule to payroll. Similarly here also, from here we are mapping to here. Then from here we are mapping that to Genie profiles. Genie profiles, we are mapping it to display profiles. If you go to display profiles, you can see all the bottom items. Oh, let me open it to the big item. You know, like for example, mapping. So you know the sequence, how to map it. I know it's from its bottom to top, but also at the same time is there a way to like understand, like someone like me who's the beginner, you know just the steps how to map it properly. No, there is no impulse structure. Only thing, What we know is if there is a section opening at the bottom, this would be mapped to upper block. Then there is a session that would be again mapped to upper block. Just we need to go with the gut feeling like this, like the name is work for Genie. So then this will be again mapped to some name should be related to that. That will be mapped to that. Again. And just if we go to accruals, same thing. From here to here, here to here, you can be 100% sure that there won't be any part like top to bottom mapping, only bottom. No, but for our crews we only have those, like option you can see. But then for display preference, you will see it's in groups. Like again, same for pay, like this, also one leading. We will be sure office. This is a subtopic. This topic will be mapped to any one of these items. But nothing will be mapped to them here to here. That's the only thing. We'll be sure of other items by practicing only. We'll get to know there is no hierarchy maps available for this. Just we need to be sure. These items we will map somewhere in here. That's the only thing we know. Since it is saying work through building block, these items will be mapped to some of the other places in work. Got it? Same goes for display preferences also. Finally, we will map it somewhere. Like we'll configure these items and this will go into final item display profile. This is what we will be mapping to employee. That's it. Now let me take you through these two items, navigator profiles and navigator profiles. And this is navigation profile. So this is nothing the way we are navigating. Oh, what we see from where to where we are navigating. It depends on this. If you see here again, this is for they have created like a default items. They have just tried 2 or 3 samples. I'll just go with one of the default items. So here what happens is system will have inbuilt a number of templates. So this is again done during the implementation time. Profiles editor. So for a manager, how it should be for an admin, how it should be for a normal mobile like navigator. These are like up to this, whatever is there. These are system inbuilt items. So there will be small changes between one another. I'm not sure what FLX means, but standardly what we'll have is employee template manager and employee template manager, template mobile employee navigator, mobile manager navigator. Like this FLX item will not be there. So forget about the FLX item. So here what we need to choose is if he is a normal employee, is only the employee means he should have employee template. And if he is able to use mobile also means we need to choose employee as well as mobile employee navigator. Both items we can choose and pull it here so that he'll be able to access, like even though he gives access to mobile, these items should be in place for him to use it properly then manager. So manager, there will be 2 templates, 2 set of templates for him. One is he's just a manager. There'll be a number of people in from us, a population that they will only manage their employees. They will not use from us to clock in our clocks. They might be a fixed salary employees, like they need not to swipe in and swipe out for the salary. Only they are managing a factory population where they're just approving the time cards and reviewing the time cards, etc. Example, our manager. He's not directly supervising anyone, but just managing the population. In that case, we will choose manager. But there are some cases where the manager will be also a time entry employee. He will swipe in and sell. Put hour. At least voucher is ours. It does this 8 hours, a regular 8 something. He is also using Kronos for capturing his time as well as he's managing a few employees in Kronos. Then we need to choose this. That means in this profile, he'll be able to punch in and punch out as well as sign up and review his employees' time. That is about this profile. First two, employee and manager, employee template and manager template clear with these three. And also mobile employment. Additionally, he'll be able to use it for mobile navigation. Again, if he's a manager means if he need manager like mobile access, we will be picking either one of these based on the default access, what he needs. And additionally, if he's a mobile user, then we need to choose one more mobile manager navigator. If he's a manager and needs mobile access, these two are this, and this depends on that particular manager whether he needs to clock in or clock out. Then it comes to us. What we are using is, this is our default on super user. If you are Kronos results, this is the default. These are our system inbuilt. And if you use Super Navigator itself automatically, we no need to even select this by default. We will have access to mobile. In case if somewhere when you are feeling that your mobile access is not proper and you're a super user, then we might need to add one more mobile navigator into our bucket. But for super user, automatically all the items will be available irrespective of mobile and other items. System administrator. Again, this comes to this template mostly used for people who will not have direct report to them, but they will manage a particular population. The operating companies HR's leadership people for them. We will be using this template. This is rarely used because even for HRs, mostly we will go with the manager and manager employee template or super user. These are the templates we need to pick while creating a display profiles. These items will be again mapped into display profiles. So when we are setting up, like we are creating a manager display profile means in that the navigator profile should be something we need to pick here. If you see here, this is about kind of project manager's navigator profile. They have given me and they have choose the manager navigator. Then what they do is based on the role we are picking up. If you are going to create example, I can show you once again whatever these people have created they are. Creating employee template means they're choosing copy of employee template. Like they have again copied this. I'm going to set up a display profile for employee. Then I'll give a name like this is a template for employee navigation profile. So I'll choose not this. I'll go with the default one, this one. I'm glad this is how I will be picking it up. No, this should go there. Clear what I need to save it out here. That's it. Then I'll go to the top item. We just navigation profiles here. This is they only have the default items here. What we will choose is we have both basic and advanced. What this does is this will choose them like what? What are the items we will be seeing in our system? Example, let me show you the system management department. You can see here we have a number of items. So this is what comes here. My Genie's timekeeping, scheduling, budgeting setup, whatever the widgets we have. This is a setup for these items. So this, we will not be touching anything. We will just keep whatever is there. Just, we need to have the default mapping. That's it. We will not change anything. Whatever is here, we'll just keep it in the administration. We will not change anything. We'll just keep whatever is there as it is. And we'll just go with the next item, which is display profile. Here is where we'll be mapping everything. Whatever we have created, let me go to the default one. Let me show you Navigator selection. Here we need to choose what is our Navigator profile, which we choose here. We create it here. Employee template, manager template. These items we need to pick for this particular item. I am going to choose now what we did. We created an employee profile. This is the one. This is a default one. I'm not changing. But example, I'll just show. This is the one I'm going to use. For mobile navigator, what is the profile? For mobile, we need to use mobile employee. We don't have a proper item for that. Creator. Example, let's create one. So default navigator would be, let's assume we are going to create a profile for a manager who will be entering his time as well as he's a mobile user. So in navigate profiles, what we will do is we'll just create a profile. By default, we will choose manager, the employee template. And seconds. And then from here, we'll just give a name. Manager MGR. And we'll save it out. This is for normal. Now for the mobile, again I'll create one more, which is NGR temp mobile. Here I'll choose where it is mobile manager navigator. Save and return. So once I have created this is a in display profile. So I will have this navigating profiles. Example, say I'm going to create this manager test profile. Here I'll go to navigator selection. I'll choose my navigator profile. For this is default. Is this one for mobile using? It is mobile temp. Apart from this, what are the other items you have here? It's just these are default display format, how my minutes should be displayed. Whether how much decimals it can have, like what is the differences here. It will, if we choose this, for this is a default format. It will show 3 like 345, 350, 355. This is normally how we see time it will be showing. If you choose this option, it will show in 4.8, 4.9 hours like that. These are just the display format, whether it's a total or clock, what we are going to use here. So where we will be seeing the clock means in the home page you will have loaded. When it is loaded, these items. So if you see, here it is. You can see here load at 9:26 a.m. Because we are seeing this because we are following total hour clock. If it is for 24 hours means it will show just the time 9:26, 16:26 like that. So these options we will be choosing here what we need to have. This will remain uniform across all the people. These display format. We will not have separate format for different groups. Mostly it will be default, one for all the groups. Other items are just the normal items. Here we will not be picking anything, like we will just choose. We created the Genie profiles. We will assign which Genie profile is applicable for this display profile here. Hyperfine, you already know. I told you. If you go to the, let me try to duplicate this. I can show you. We saw what is hyperfine means. This is hyperfine. This is Genie. Whatever we are seeing is, where is it? This is a summary. We created for Australian FT, these people, we created hyperfines. These are hyperfines. And I told you we can restrict for each population based on what are the hyperfines should be available for each group of employees. For employees, what should be available for manager? What should be available for this country? What should be available? We have full access. We can restrict only these four should be visible to them. So that we will do under, we will create these hyperfine profiles under common setup. That's a different area where we'll be creating these hyperfine profiles. If you see, here we have hyperfine profiles. Here we can create the n number of hyperfine profiles. Just we need to choose what are the items should be available for them. All the hyperfines are here for this profile. Only these two all home and these two. Similarly, we can choose what hyperfine should be visible for based on our requirement and where we will be mapping. The hyperfine profile is here. In the display profile as Geni's, custom URL profile and hyperfine profile and navigation profile, everything whatever we saw here and whatever we saw in the common setup, custom URL profiles, Geni profiles, navigator profiles, navigation profiles, and also the hyperfine profiles which we saw there. All items will be just mapping it out here. Here no configuration, just we are mapping out whatever we have created. And like other items are just, these are not like you're not changeable. These are will be like default on whatever we are having. We'll have it like just like that. We will not change anything. And this option is what we need to just make sure mostly it will be ticked only. If we disable this one, the employees will not be able to make any changes to their future time. They'll be able to swipe in and swipe out for the current day, but they will not be able to take future time offs. Usually in an organization, how we will be setting, like we'll be watching time offs in advance. But Christmas we would have applied now itself. So for that to happen properly, this option should be enabled. Edit, future time card should be enabled. Then only we will be able to take future time offs. And also this is again company specific time card view for some. The current company which I am working, it is Monday through Sunday. So in that case, like we could be starting on Monday, but most companies they'll start theirs by Sunday. And when my work week starts, based on that my time cards, we will start most communities. They will be having a Sunday or Monday, rarely one or two Gulf countries. If you go, they will have their week starting on Saturday. This is just about the where like display, nothing to do with the functionality, nothing to do with the payment. It will not interfere with the accruals or configuration, anything, just the view. What we will be seeing, where our week will start, whether we will be able to edit our future time, that's it. And this is again sorting. If you see this, this is nothing much. This is just the time card. If you go to a particular employee's time card, how their total should be sorted. He's not a proper employee. I'll just take. I'm not sure what's the error. Just close it out. That's my department. I'll just all home again. Server logging in. A display profile is like a customer decision. Like we will have our own Facebook profiles created as per our needs. What should be where, what format, what language we're using, those items only. I can't decision. Like changing. This will not impact payment or anything, but it might impact their system view. Please do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. For more information, contact us sales@therightuptalk.com.